180. So hey, check it out. Hey man, I'm good. I just started going live. I'll come and see you after. So, sorry, I just saw somebody, but hey, listen, I am here at the Zaria Hotel Retreat Center in the Dominican Republic, which just so happens to be something that we purchased with the private equity fund. But we are running the first Life 180 Mastermind event, helping life insurance agents build their business and do all these things. And I thought it would be fun because the last couple days have been pretty awesome when it comes to helping people grow their business, helping people grow themselves and stretch. I think a lot of people came here thinking it would be one thing and ended up getting something completely different. It's been pretty amazing, pretty just exciting for me. It's been the highlight of so far, honestly, it's been the highlight of probably my last year of really just in this business, just seeing people grow. People came here, I think they were expecting marketing. I think they were expecting to see how to build their business, how to learn different marketing skills, build sales funnels, write email copy, put like integrations together with email and text message and voicemail and all these different things. And that's the easy stuff. I mean, I know it's not necessarily easy for a lot of people, but like when you learn it and you have the skill set the way that me and my team have done for so long, that's the easy stuff. What we really focused on is stretching people and putting sessions together as part of the technical growth of building funnels and doing all these things. We put together processes and events and excursions and experiences and workshops that were designed to be able to grow people. Because you hear me talk on this channel all the time that if you want to be able to differentiate yourself in the life insurance market, you got to show up differently. You got to be authentic. You got to make sure you understand all this stuff to such a deep level. You got to be authentic. And so as we're coming down here, one of the things that we're doing is people are coming into this event and they're going to walk out with a completely built funnel. My team, I flew in to help people build their funnels, do other things, write their email copy, do all the stuff. But when you think about that, like the challenge is there's so many tools, so much technology with AI and all this stuff that are helping people do all this stuff and build it all, but it's all starting to get whitewashed. It's all starting to be so generic, and AI just doesn't personalize it anymore. Unless you're really, really, really sophisticated at doing the AI game, AI does not really do what you need it to do. And so what I have done in this, and honestly, I'm not going to take complete credit for all of it because some of it has been kind of fortunate, kind of good luck. But what we've happened to do is come through this process and we built out, just this itinerary that has helped these people stretch themselves and grow in different ways. We've done a men's circle. We've done different types of ceremonies that have really pushed people to stretch, and meditation drills and people learning how to stretch and be super intentional with different meditations and different things. And we've done it all because if you're going to be writing content, you're going to be, creating your brand, you want to show up authentically, you want to be intentional about what you're going to do. And so rather than do all the content up front and have a bunch of fun, we set up excursions that we're going to be pushing people. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk around. I got some people in there writing copy, and they're working on their email sequences right now. They're working on writing. We did a whole session coaching people on kind of a framework to build around, and now everybody's in there, and I've got some coaches walking around talking to people. And what I'm going to do now is I want to go in and I'm going to talk to a couple of these agents and ask them what their perspective is on what it takes to be successful as a life insurance agent, and talk about, like, I'm probably going to ask them what their thoughts were coming in the event and now what their thoughts are as we go through here, and what they think it takes to be successful. Not talking about the event specifically, but just as an agent, what they thought they had to be doing to be successful as an agent before, and what they think they have to be doing now. Now, they don't know I'm doing this. I'm going to kind of sabotage some people, and it is what it is. But you can go here, check this out. So this is our living room. You can see we're in the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean, and we've got this set up. This is our kind of common area. It's pretty awesome. But these guys are all working back here. It's awesome. They all set up around the benches, and you can see I got my vibe board here. All right, we're back. Connection went on me. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to talk to a couple people. So much fun. So much fun. All right. And look at this. My wife coaching people over here. It's pretty fun. I love seeing her involved in the business again. It's pretty awesome. Mr. Matt. Oh, yeah, me. Hey, we are live. Take
What's
your
up,
buds
guys?
out.
What's up, YouTube world? What's going on?
So, what's up, man? So, I decided to go live because I saw all you guys working so diligently, and I'm doing this video. Just kind of told everybody, what we're doing here with the mastermind and everything. And the video, I thought I was going to do this as I was going through here. I just got kind of inspired watching everybody kind of do this. In the zone, in the flow. And I was kind of thinking, like, I'm really curious as to see, like, what your perspective is. And you're a little different because you, like, run a lot of our training and stuff. But, I'm going to go around. I'm going to ask everybody the same question. What does it take to be successful as a life insurance agent? What were you thinking about coming into this event versus, like, how are you feeling now based on what you've experienced at this event? How does that impact your overall take on what it takes to be successful as a life insurance agent? Which, let's face, is not an easy thing to accomplish.
I mean, that's a very loaded question. But if I were to sum it up, I think a big contributor to being successful in this industry as an agent is aligning yourself with the right company. I've been, with different companies. I know a lot about different companies, and I can't foresee being able to accomplish anything that we accomplished over the last week in any other company. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist. Everything
it's
that
fair to say this is the most unique life insurance mastermind in history.
I've never heard of any. I know a lot of agents in this industry over the last decade. There's not one that has ever expressed doing any activities that we have over the last 5 days. You kind of lost track of time when you're in the middle of the jungle, but I mean that's the first starter. I don't know what agency gets together in the jungle and works together, but I think that man, if you would ask me that question while I was with different agencies, my answer would have been different. But now looking back and from experience, I think aligning yourself with the right company is very important. And that right company is going to have to be attached to the right leader. And Chris Kirkpatrick, you guys know him. His his values, what he believes in, and the way he looks at the world, and through his lens, I'm in complete alignment with. And unfortunately, with a lot of other companies, I just I realized I wasn't aligned with their culture. I wasn't aligned with their philosophy. I wasn't aligned with their leadership. And I stayed a little bit longer than I should have. And I see a lot of agents, they only stay with the company for monetary or whatever reason, but it's not really for the right reasons. And for me, I would say aligning with you, Chris, and you built this company and what we created, it's just really amazing. So I would say
build it without help from people like you guys. I mean, that's the reality.
You created the path, though, for sure. But so obviously the company, the leadership, and having a plan of success and having helping people to help you create that plan. All this other stuff is just like icing on the cake. But man, I've never experienced anything like this. It's been a really amazing experience. And what I thought, I probably won't be able to say everything, but when I came here, I did have.
We keep some stuff secret on this trip because that's like the carrot to get y'all wanting to come to the next one.
Man, when I first came here, I did have a thought of how things were going to go down. We had an agenda, we had kind of things laid out. But man, we found ways to have a lot of fun, and little did I know that I was going to experience a lot of personal growth. I've been through a lot in the industry, so I felt that I've kind of I've missed that personal growth. I haven't had it for a while, and this was the last place I imagined that I was going to get it, and it was like challenge every day, a personal challenge for me that I had to overcome, and it really felt good. To overcome it, man. I really had a great time, and I can't wait till I come back.
That's awesome, man. Do you see this comment Oscar said?
What did he say?
Love to see this. Congrats, Chris. Looks like the Justice League against the dark side of IUL.
I love it. Oscar, get over here. What are you doing, man? Get your cape on. Let's go.
I love it, man. Well, thanks, brother. All right. Okay, we got through Matt. number one, and we call this guy Tiny Matt. He's only 6'7", so we call him Tiny Matt.
What's up?
So
What's up, YouTube?
what's going on, guys? So you can find this guy as More Money Matt on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, all
Yeah.
over the internet waves. That is him. But so I'm going around, I'm asking everybody, what does it take to be successful as a life insurance agent, and what was your perspective coming into this, and if at all, how has it changed during your time here?
Okay, so my perspective going into this, first of all, I just want to say, like this Matt just said, this was so unexpected. I did not expect it to turn out this way, and I'm so grateful for it. So going into this, I thought all you need to be successful is to just conquer social media, conquer. But little did I know that I'm missing out on a huge aspect of the business, which is community. So we did a little man circle and just getting to connect with one another. And it's all about community, guys. And even if I didn't have any social medias or I didn't have any success on social media, I would realize that you need to have a team that you can, go to for help, and build an awesome community with. So that's what I learned.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you say to somebody that's like getting started if they're thinking about doing an event like this? Even though I don't know when we're going to do the next one,
You guys got to come. You guys got to get out of your comfort zone and get out of America and Canada, and come in the rainforest and just welcome to the jungle. That's the first thing you said. Welcome to the jungle. So come to the jungle. It's
legit.
awesome. It's so cool, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
So that's my 2 cents.
Awesome, man.
On the
Thank you.
next.
Awesome.
Have fun meeting another Matt. There's 3
Yeah,
of us.
there's 3 of them. Yep, and they're all amazing. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey,
What's happening?
we got a little convo going on here. What are we talking about?
Life.
Life?
Talking about life.
Life? Not life insurance, just life?
What's the difference? Life insurance is life.
The things that light you up. We
The
were talking about
things that light you up.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, talk to me. So I'm going around here, and we're talking about what it takes to be successful as a life insurance agent,
Okay.
which I know is a very blah topic to a lot of people, but I guess kind of I'm adding a caveat to that, and I'm asking what was your perspective coming into this, and if at all, how has that changed, and how has your perspective changed, and like, what do you think now? What would you say right now is key to be successful in this industry? Yeah, just at this point in time.
Well, overall, like, this has been a life-changing event for me, for sure. It's Life 180 Mastermind that we're at right now, right? But you get so much more than that. We had relationship advice. We had a men's circle. we risk our lives on boats going to Surf Beach in a storm. But beyond that, we're given space to do the boring work, and the boring work is where you actually get stuff done. So right now, what I'm doing is creating an email list or an email thread sequence.
Yep.
That expresses my story and how I can help people, and with the goal of driving leads. So I would think, one, you need persistence, and you need leads to be successful within the industry.
Yeah.
But on top of all of that, just you guys help me find a clear version of my authentic story that I can convey to my clients, and I think that's huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And are you finding today, like, is the framework helpful and all that stuff, just like in the time to sit down and go through it all? And
Yeah, because
she's coming over and coaching a little bit.
This is the shit that nobody ever wants to do, right?
Right.
Like, this is the boring stuff where you're just like forced to do this. And typically, I just use ChatGPT, but you can tell if it's authentic or not. So actually going through with it and putting in the time and getting feedback, like constant feedback, and asking different opinions of people. And I was asking Hannah, she's like, well, that doesn't even sound like you. I go, that's because your husband wrote that.
But I tried.
It was one paragraph.
It was
So
just a.
You were so good at all the rest of it, and it was so.
Are you saying mine was bad?
No, yours sounded like you. Yours was good for you.
Good.
But Charles, it sounded like him, except for the very first paragraph. and it jumped out, and he was like, "That's because that was Chris's," and so he reworked it to be just his.
There
which
you
was
go.
Awesome.
So
Your quest for authenticity is admirable.
if you guys are watching this, and the next time you see a mastermind or a Life 180 mastermind pop up, just don't even think about it. Just pay for it, book your tickets, and show up, because it's going to change your life and it's going to 100x your business.
Thanks, brother.
Nice. Mic drop.
Mic
I'm
drop.
gonna drop. Don't drop
Oh,
the mic.
Diana, it's your turn.
It's mine.
Straight in the hat. I told
what
you.
About? What about?
So, Diana here. English is her second language, and she has a real passion. She has a real passion for helping the Latino market, to the point where she's launching and helping launch Life 180 Latino. We got a really cool picture on the beach yesterday with like Life 180 Latino written in the sand and us like sitting next to it.
Yes.
Pretty amazing.
So good.
A lot of fun. But talk to me about, and talk to all the people watching about, like, what does it take to be successful? Because you've been really successful as an agent to this point in time,
Yes, I
right?
am.
And
because
and like, you know, like, talk to them just about what do you think it takes to be successful, and how has anything you've seen here kind of impacted your perspective this week?
what I'm doing is just be me. I never try to be anything else, just me. I always say what I think, how is the way, what I feel, the future, my community, and everything. I never try to. Actually, I just talk with Charles. I say, what I'm doing, Charles? I'm doing everything okay with Life 180 Latino and everything, because I'm always thinking to do the right thing with my people, with you, with Hannah, and with everyone about me. It's about, because it's not just me, it's about the people who believe on me. That's why I'm never trying to do anything else. Just,
I love that.
yeah.
I love, like, when I was helping you kind of like construct your email sequence a little
So-
bit, and one of the things that like really came across as we were walking through kind of like your story and figuring out how to share that story, like, you genuinely like have this passion. It's not about you. You really just want to help your community and the Latinos and the Spanish speaking community in the United States, because I mean, you have a story where you moved and it was hard, and
It is.
you know,
And I-
most people move to the U.S. from Latin America because they're looking for a better life, because there's very, very little opportunity in these other places, and so they're seeking so much more. And yet, at the same time, while there's more opportunity, it also can be really hard and really stressful, and there's a really huge lack of resources and lack of good information, especially when it comes to financial education, financial literacy, awareness. And so that's why you have a passion to really take what we do, which is so important, and share it with everybody. Is that fair?
It's fair. Yeah.
Fair.
It's totally true.
So I just figured I'd say that for you, because I know you're
yeah,
thinking it.
no, I know. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, when I try to write, okay, what is the best way? How can I express what I really think, and how I can help the people? Because I just see that that we have too much information, misinformation, and it's not fair for people that, if you have some person or some family that is believing you, and maybe now, but what happened in a few years, what happened if they don't have what they expect?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not fair for that. So
Yeah. Well,
Ah.
welcome to the crusade.
yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's challenging me. You are
Are you
challenging
having fun?
me.
Are you having
Yeah,
fun though? I know it's
super
hard. I
fun.
know you've cried a couple times. There's been some tears. It's stressful. It's challenging.
Everything,
Right,
yeah. But I enjoy. I have new relationships, new friendships, and I believe that we are just great a huge impact on the Hispanic community.
I love it. I do too.
So,
I'm
thank
excited
you.
to take
Yeah,
the
me
journey with
too.
you. It's
Thank
gonna be
you.
fun. Thank you. Thanks, guys. All right, here we come. I like this guy. I'm excited for this talk. Here you go.
What are we talking
What's
about?
up, brother? I don't know. You tell me. So
Oh.
we're talking life insurance, of course, but specifically, what does it take to be successful as a life insurance agent? What was your perspective on that coming into this week? And maybe how has something from this mastermind impacted that perspective a little bit, let's say?
I think what it takes to be successful in life insurance is what it takes to be successful in anything you do. And that's believing in what you're doing and having a purpose, having a strong why. Knowing that what you're doing is going to have an impact and that your own values and beliefs are in alignment with that. And for me, coming into this, I understood conceptually a lot of the aspects of life insurance, as Chris knows, and a lot of people that are in the retreat here know. I didn't come to this industry from the finance side of things like most people do. I came to it from the other side, which is like wanting to help people get into a situation such that they could come to the end of their life and be fulfilled and happy and be able to go through that transition at the end of their life in a peaceful way. I was on a very spiritual path, and I still am, quite frankly. And this is completely in alignment with a lot of the work that I've done in the past. It's a very different angle on that, but it is totally in alignment with what I stand for, and doing it the right way. I know there's a lot of Chris talks a lot about IULs and different products that are misrepresented and really not used in a way that's going to ultimately benefit the individual that purchases the product.
Yeah.
I came from WFG. I witnessed that firsthand, unfortunately, and I'm grateful for that experience because it gave me a much different perspective on this industry. And I'm super grateful to be here and to have had this opportunity to join this mastermind. And I think that, well, I know that the thing that was most impactful for me in the mindset shift, it wasn't so much of a mindset shift. It was gaining clarity. I was in a very comfortable position, very comfortable situation in my home, and being forced to come here into the jungle. And I've traveled quite extensively, so I love being in the jungle. But the pattern interruption and just getting out of my comfort zone and coming here, that was the thing that allowed me to kind of take a step back and look at myself, like really assess my values, assess what I believed in from a slightly different angle, and that has given me the opportunity to develop a lot more clarity on my why and gain a deeper level of conviction as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm just super grateful to be here. There's so many awesome people here. We had such a good time. This is a beautiful space. Just being here is in and of itself, even without the retreat, would be amazing.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, without everything that we've done thus far, would be awesome in and of itself. But the program you put together has been really incredible, and I'm excited to see how this evolves in the future and the future iterations of this, and how it's going to continue to help people coming into the industry like myself. And I don't have a ton of experience in the industry. I'm relatively new, and this has been a game changer for me in helping get my business set up and running and moving in the right direction at a pace that's going to allow me to really get off the ground and move and do powerful things in the industry. So
I love it.
Yeah, that and the mentorship of Chris and Matt and all the other brilliant people that have gathered in this place. It's truly a blessing to be here.
That's amazing. I got to ask you even more if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely.
So you have a very unique, probably maybe one of the more unique angles on this business that I've seen for somebody that's drawn to the business and somebody who is interested in being about it, like, y- w- is was there ever any doubt? Did you ever question, or do you ever have a hard time trying to like build the correlation as to how you're going to make this work? And then like, how are you finding like the processes about the communication and the marketing and your brand positioning, and like you genuinely being able to show up as your authentic self, right? Like, because like that's so important. And like, because I think you're, if I don't, you don't mind me saying this, you're like the most extreme example here. That it's probably, I mean, it's easy for you because you've done so much personal work. So I won't say it's easy, but it's, because you've done so much personal work, it's possible. But I mean, it's, you're going to be doing extremely unique things on this twist of, life insurance and the way that we do it, So like, how has that been for you?
I'm just gonna change the lighting because this is
The
really
lighting? Oh, okay.
He's in
Apparently.
the shadow.
Oh, there I
I
am.
can't have it. There
Okay.
you
So there we go.
are.
We got a camera woman now. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
well, yeah, thank you.
I
And,
hate bad lighting. It's a thing. But I
So
love you guys.
yeah,
So,
so
here you are. I want you to look
so
good.
so
Yeah.
talk to me about all that, like about your journey, your story, because like I've been reading your emails, and he's putting together his email sequence, when people opt in and join his list and go through his content and the value that he adds. And I've been going around and like coaching and giving feedback on, not like extremely well, but I know him pretty well. We talk on a regular basis. We're on Zoom meetings all the time together, and he went through the challenge and did all this stuff. But I was reading this email, and an email and a half in, I was captivated by your story, and I was like, wow, like I really see something there that's going to be unique, and I think you're going to do amazing things. And I can see how it would be a bit nerve-wracking to like share that story in this space, because it's so different than almost any other life insurance agent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for seeing me, and for the coaching, and for the acknowledgement. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's been a journey to get here. Like I said, if you'd have told me 2 years ago that I was going to be doing this, there's no way I would have believed you, and not even close. I was in just such a different place.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that what we do here is ultimately in alignment with who I am, and how I want to show up in the world, and how I want to serve and help people. I came from a spiritual vocation, a spiritual background. I've done a lot of personal work, a lot of plant medicine ceremonies, and I thought my path in life for several years was to continue with facilitating those ceremonies, and ultimately help people with end of life transition. I've always had a passion for that, for like wanting to honor that part of the life process.
Yeah.
It's a common thing that I hear said in this space, that life insurance isn't for life, or isn't for death. It's for living. And a lot of the strategies that we use with properly structured dividend paying cash value life insurance, it's meant to be utilized while we're alive, and that's all great. I love that. That's incredible. It's such a powerful strategy that so few people really understand, and I truly believe if more people understood that, and how this can be utilized in our lives in a meaningful way, people would have far fewer struggles with their financial situations, quite frankly, and it would give people peace, like a level of peace and trust that things were going to be okay when they come to the end of their life. So I guess my angle of this, and how I think about this, like the technical aspects of the financial part, is kind of the second layer to me. Quite frankly, I think my perspective of how I view life insurance, and my personal take on it, is that it's become part of my sadhana, or my spiritual practice. When I make that premium payment, it's not a bill, it's not a bill, or even investment. It's it's an opportunity for me to take proactive actions now that I know are going to have an impact in my future. It's said in Tibetan Buddhism that the moment you die is the most important moment of your life. And thinking about that, it's like, what can I do? And I believe that that's true. What can I do now, proactively, to ensure that when I'm laying on my deathbed, I can focus on being in the moment. I can focus on being there for my family. I can focus on just being present with what is, and going through that experience with grace. You know, nobody really knows what happens when we die. There's always going to be an element of uncertainty and unknown to that, and I think that's beautiful. And the more variables we can take out of the equation, and the more we can prepare for that in a meaningful way, the more we can just embrace that moment and be there for our families and just have that experience as it is, without having to worry about like what's going to happen for to my family when I'm gone.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pay for my burial? Like, you know, people are going to be grieving. Are they also going to be having to, you know, take out loans or do things to cover the funeral expenses?
Just be financially stressed in
Yeah.
general. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you can take that all off the table, and you can set up, like, for me, it's, you can set things up in a way so you know you can leave this positive impact, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, super
Yeah.
powerful.
And I think, you know, having my peer group and circle of friends coming from a space where we didn't like that, like the spiritual people a lot of the spiritual people that I know, and there's like a stigma around money and finances, and that it's somehow not spiritual. And the more that I do this, the more that I recognize that you know, if God made everything, God made money, and I just can't imagine a situation like, so either God made a mistake or he made money as a way for us to grow and develop and evolve during our experience here on earth. And I'm not of the mind that God is into making mistakes. And God, whatever that means for you, is, you know, whatever that means for each individual is going to be a different thing. And I'm just seeing more and more now how my old way of thinking is just incongruent with reality. Like, we can have both. I can be on my spiritual path and experience financial stability. I lived a life of freedom. I've had amazing experiences, traveled all over the world, and experienced a lot of financial insecurity. And despite all the inner work, all the things that I've done, that financial insecurity, it doesn't go away. It's like a weight on your back.
Yeah.
And we can have it. We can have it all. It doesn't have to be either or. It can be both. It can be an and thing. And I think life is about balance. So many spiritual teachings talk about balance.
Yeah.
The middle way in Buddhism, it's across the board. This is a reoccurring theme in spirituality. There can and there needs to be a balance of your 3D life, bills, work, all that stuff, and your interpersonal work. And at a certain point, your spirituality becomes dampened or hampered. I hit a ceiling. Until I looked at my finances and addressed that, I couldn't move. I was stuck, and realizing that once I get all these other areas of my life, once I work on the other things in my life and improve these other areas of my life, then that's going to allow me to go even further than I could have before.
Nice.
It's a prerequisite for going to the place that I want to go, and I don't know exactly where that is, but I do know that that this has been an incredibly empowering and impactful experience, and I'm super grateful for it. And
Thanks, brother.
I look forward to sharing sharing this message with the world and
That's awesome.
and connecting with people who may share my background
yeah.
and my past, and who
Yeah.
may be coming from a space that I'm that I can connect with them on that level with. And
I know. Yeah.
And,
I think the
yeah.
thing I'm most excited about for you is that you literally have the ability to reach a segment that I've never met a life insurance agent that they would have the ability to reach and impact a segment in such a valuable way as you. And so I think, like, not to put pressure on you, but that comes with a lot of responsibility, and
Yeah.
that, like, that's a huge deal, and it's not going to be easy, but I think if anybody can do it, it's you. So
Thank you.
I second that. For what it's worth.
this guy's just amazing.
He's
Like,
the real
he's
deal.
amazing.
I have chills, man,
Yeah.
as you're talking.
The
I
first
really
night,
do.
the first night you were
Yeah.
here, she came up to me and she was like, "I don't know that guy, but I could just talk to him all night long. He's just amazing."
Yeah.
Legit.
I appreciate.
I can't wait to read your
appreciate that.
emails because
Yeah.
I want to actually, like, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that they come through like you do, because you're such a beautiful soul.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I'm so excited about the people who are going to be fortunate enough to get to connect with you and, like, let you bless their lives in this way. And that's no BS, because I don't do BS.
That's super kind of you guys. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here and to share with the audience. And more to come.
That's
More to
awesome. And so,
come.
guys,
Stay tuned.
if you are interested, if you're following, if that message just like resonated with you, go to his channel, Ian.Vogel, or what's
Ian
your
Vogel Media.
Ian Vogel Media on YouTube. He's also on Instagram at
Ian.Vogel.
Yep. There you go.
And I've got a podcast that's going to be launching in May called
Nice.
the Afterlife Insurance Podcast.
Wait,
No.
say it again.
The Afterlife Insurance Podcast.
Yes.
We're going to be
Is that
exploring.
a double entendre?
There you go. Oh, the
It is.
viewership
That's
just
probably
dropped.
wrong.
I hope a lot of people just went to subscribe to you. But, like, no, that's awesome. So, and by the way, if you're liking this, if you're a life insurance agent or whatever, go down below here, right on the screen, and just tap subscribe if it's your first time here. There's tons of content. We're doing this all the time. I'm going live here. I'm going around talking to the people who are at the Mastermind and who are going through the unexpected. And I think that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm super excited. You've been one of the highlights for me so far.
Well, thank
so
you. Yeah, this has been a really special event. So, and I've done a lot of retreats and done a lot of events all over the world, Asia, South America, all over North America, and this has truly been unique and impactful in a way that I could not have predicted.
it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're grateful for you.
Yeah, we
Grateful
are.
to be here.
You're part of that, so.
Yep, exactly. All right.
Thanks,
Are you
brother.
going to be the camerawoman from now on?
I don't know. I was
Yeah,
just trying
apparently.
to give you some light.
Apparently. Uh-oh. We got this guy.
This guy,
This
Mr.
guy.
Focus.
Mr. Focus. This guy's a grinder.
What's up,
He's been
man?
grinding for hours.
Maddie the grinder
I've been
here.
walking
This
around
guy.
interrupting people.
Having
and
too much fun.
I couldn't get to you.
Here, take the
You were in
microphone.
the zone. I couldn't even say hi.
So this guy,
What's going
I
on,
mean,
guys?
every time we have a minute, he's running around with his camera. He's like, "Who's coming to make content with me?"
Heck yeah, man.
Get
I
right
love
behind
great
him.
content.
Stand right next to
He's-
him.
he's not-
You're
he's
in
not
Taking
here.
advantage of the opportunity to do so, man. It's
I
one of my
know.
favorite things to do, and it's a perfect place to do it.
It is.
Honored that you allowed me to create some content in Life 180 Studio. That was really cool. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, it's fun stuff.
One more to
What are
come.
you guys talking about?
So we're going around, we're talking to everybody. It's been so fun for me so far, just like talking to everybody and getting different perspectives. So the idea is, or the question I suppose is like, or the title of the episode is, what does it take to be successful as a life insurance agent?
Good
Okay,
question.
which okay, is just sounds like almost like another video, but really what I'm going for is like, all right, we're at this mastermind. Y'all kind of came in. Everybody's at a little bit of a different level, and that's why I'm loving hearing the different perspectives, because it's
Sure.
like the growth throughout the week. And granted, it's only been 5 days,
Yeah,
but
a lot can happen in 5 days.
My-
I'll tell you.
yeah, my question is, you came into this event, with an idea of what it took to be successful. You're a very successful dude. I know, you're a grinder and all these things, and just are really articulate. You get it, and you're just successful. So how has that changed throughout the week? Like, what is your perspective on what does it take to be successful in this industry? Like, how has that evolved or changed, or maybe tweaked a little
Yeah,
bit,
I
or
would call it-
has there been a shift, or has
I would call it revolutionized for me.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well,
that actually surprises me to hear you say
no,
revolutionized?
and here's why.
Okay.
So you were saying earlier, like this is just another video about how to be successful as a life insurance agent, and what is the typical content around that and training. And not that there's anything wrong with that kind of stuff, but when you join a team like yours that you've built, an agency like yours, and you come to a retreat like this, you really do see the difference, because the usual training is or the answer to that question is you got to get good at sales, you got to cold call leads, you got to learn marketing, and all the stuff, right? Learn your presentation.
All the stuff that you're pretty good at.
No, I appreciate that. I try. But and that stuff is important. But
Yeah.
then, like, when I come to a retreat like this, an event like this, and I have such a different perspective on what it actually takes to be successful, really in any type of business like this. And the first thing I would say is you got to get with the right team. Like, here's the thing, guys. You don't need to join some stupid MLM company that you're going to recruit all your friends, and it's all about the sale, and it's just not. I don't think that's a very good environment for long-term success in a business like this. And I also think to be successful too, you can't get into this business just to make money. Like, that's not how I got into the
such a good
business,
point.
and it makes it like I just have such a, like I was telling you earlier, I haven't been this excited to be part of. I would call it a movement. We've thrown the word crusade around a couple of times, right? And I've never been in so much alignment with a group of people ever. And I've never been this excited about an opportunity to really make an impact in people's lives. And for me, that has to be a really very strong focus if you're looking to get into this industry and be an agent. And then obviously, I would say content. You got to do content, right? This is a business where education is required. Like, people have a lot of questions. There's a lot of different options. There's a lot of terrible,
A lot of opinions, a lot of just different.
that shouldn't be shared.
Yeah,
sometimes, to be honest. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but when it has such a massive impact on people's lives, when we're talking about major financial decisions, that you can't take that lightly, right? And so, creating content and just focusing on serving people. Like, one of the biggest breakthroughs for me was the core values, like really knowing what your core values are. And I didn't take that very seriously, for a long time. But man, I'll tell you, when I joined Life 180 and you sent that over before we got here, like, and we were going around and talking about our core values, like the three values just clicked. There was no question about it. I didn't have to think about it. Nothing. It just hit me. And it was ethical, accountability, and freedom. And you said it perfectly. When you see the opposite of what your core values are, you just can't help but resist it. And that's why I am just, man, I'm on a mission to that's why I create so much content, because it go like the stuff about IUL and all this crap, man, it just goes against who I am as a person and what I believe in, what my core values actually are, that I have a duty and obligation to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to help these people. And here's the thing, guys, is when you do stuff like that, okay, not the sales training, not the marketing, that stuff's important, but when you do that stuff, right, and you focus on what your core values are and actually serving people, the money follows, success follows, right? It's the same thing I did with my marketing agency, not to the degree that I'm doing it here, but I'm taking all those lessons and applying it to this business now. But I just focused on sharing my journey, providing as much value to people as I possibly can. And everybody's journey takes a little bit longer. It is what it is. But if you never quit, you focus on getting better every single day and providing a ton of value to people, solving actual problems, making a positive impact in people's lives, and you just let people know you're doing that, you share that journey, you'll be successful. So, like all the MLM company, you got WFG and GFI and PHP, they're all the same. All right, they're all the same. And they show you all this flashy lifestyle you're gonna live and all this crap. It's like, dude, that is totally the wrong reason to get into this business, because we are helping the products and services that we offer to people make a huge impact on people's lives long term, and I don't think that's taken seriously. And stuff like that. It's all about the sale. How many people can I recruit? Whatever. I try to find reasons not to sell a life insurance policy when I'm on the phone with somebody. Like, I try to find reasons that this is not a good fit for them. And if it is, great, we'll move forward. But you got to focus on serving people, and just being here at this retreat, man. That's why I think it it just revolutionized the way I think about success. Getting around the right people who are in alignment with your core values, they're on a similar path, they share the same beliefs. The training, around the core values and things, and just all the internal work that we've done here has just been incredible. So that would
Amazing,
be
man.
my 2 cents on it.
That's amazing. Thanks,
Yeah.
brother.
All right, man. Hey, thank you.
Guys, so he
Appreciate the
is
opportunity.
Millennial Wealth Creator on YouTube, so go check him out as well.
Check me out, man.
We got some content coming out together that we filmed while we were here, so
It was really
if
good.
you haven't subscribed here, also make sure you click on the subscribe button on the bottom of the window here, the video.
Cool.
I think it's there on a live. This is only my second live with
Still getting
the
used to it?
vertical. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like competing with TikTok all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on, but thanks, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
Ernell, you're next, brother. Let's come over here into the good lighting.
around.
Come over here into the good lighting. Otherwise, the lighting queen here will
Adds
get after us.
adds like 10 pounds
There
to
we
you.
go.
Yeah,
No,
it's all right,
no,
it's all right, it's all right.
No, I need you kind of this way.
Like that.
I love it.
How are
Thank
we
you,
doing?
Hannah.
How are we
There you
doing
go.
this?
I'm gonna make
She's
you
gonna
look
make you
good,
look
brother.
as
There you
big.
go.
Yeah.
Good. That's my job.
All right, there you go.
That's why I'm paid the big bucks.
All right.
So we're going around.
Yep.
You're doing this business. You're starting it on a part-time basis.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
You came in here. You have a successful career. You are doing your thing in that world, but you've been drawn to this business.
Mhm.
I think that's just amazing. I love seeing your passion. In our conversations that we've had with you.
Yeah.
I've loved the vulnerability you've shared. I've loved watching the growth of you this week. It's just been amazing.
Which was totally unexpected, but it was great.
It's phenomenal. So
Yeah.
so what we're doing, and you're earlier in your journey, right? You're relatively just starting off, right? In the business. And so what I'd be curious to hear, well, I'm asking everybody this, but I'm really curious to hear your perspective on this, is like coming into this event, what was your perspective on what it was going to take for you to be successful? And now, 5 days later, and we still got tomorrow,
Yeah.
right? But what's your take now on what it's going to take for you to be successful, for you specifically,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well,
a loaded one, right?
That's a big one. So of course, when I thought about being an agent and coming to when we were invited to the retreat, I was expecting the normal stuff. We're going to learn about marketing, and we're going to learn about insurance, how to put together a policy, those type of things. That is what I envisioned, because I didn't really look at the agenda until I was on the plane, and then I was like, okay, looks like there's going to be a little more activity in that. But then when I got here, it turned into kind of reminding me of Marine boot camp.
Was it really that hard?
Was it that intense?
That intense? We
Well,
didn't mean for it to be that intense.
if you look at it, what happened was, I think it was the first night. Chris and Hannah had this wild idea to bring this beautiful person in and run a circle. What was it called?
Men's circle.
Men's
Yeah.
circle.
We did a men's circle.
So
yeah. and Hannah led a women's circle.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
great. So
Amazing.
this wasn't even on the agenda. So the whole concept was we just went around, talked about what was going on with ourselves and everything like that. And then when everybody shared, and it was beautiful that we were around men who were sharing the same things, sharing emotions and what they're going through. And then that just helped me open up with what I was going through in my life and in my journey. And that's why I kind of related to with boot camp, right? Because in boot camp, what they do is they tear you down to your bare self. And that's kind of like what happened that night. It's like I kind of realized, that I did have some issues going on, and getting it out helped me, grow like
Yeah.
Chris wanted to do. So that helped me grow as a person. And the other thing that I learned to be a successful agent is that now that I'm better in touch with myself, I have a better gauge on who that potential client might be, right? Because Chris always points out, maybe for the newer agents, is maybe the low hanging fruit for us is to find somebody exactly like yourself, who you were, 6 months or a year ago when you decided to get a policy. So that's what I've been building my lead generation site around, and that's what I'm building my email campaign around, trying to identify with like-minded people like myself, like I was 6 months ago. So hopefully, if it works right,
I love it.
I'm trusting Chris and
I
Han
love
are giving me the good stuff here.
I love it.
Slay it, bro.
I love
You're
it.
totally gonna slay it. You're leading with your heart.
Yeah,
And
so,
when
Totally.
you do that, like, you are such a magnet.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I love being around you, and I love the vulnerability that you shared. And I think people are really gonna want to be close to you and to trust you as they should.
Yeah, because I'm, this is me. This is who I am, and that's who I'm projecting, and I'm thinking that's gonna hopefully attract some people like me
I
to,
love.
to buy insurance.
I gotta say, like, a little side note, I love what you were saying. It makes me, honestly, it's like the most amazing feedback I could possibly get, because, I always say, I mean, I think you're gonna be successful because, your heart and what we've talked about, and as long as you're persistent, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy.
Oh, that's another.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna be successful, right?
Yeah.
But the coolest part I heard in everything you said is that you coming here, even if you never were to sell a life insurance policy, I think you're not gonna look back at this and be like, it wasn't worth it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Which is like everything, like that almost makes me tear up. Like, cause like to me,
it actually is making
like,
me tear up.
'cause to me,
I have it on camera.
Stop.
so that to me
Yeah.
is what this is all about,
Yeah.
and like it's been awesome to see you grow and to like step out of your comfort zone and to stretch and be
Yeah.
vulnerable and be authentic. And I didn't know you very well coming into this.
No.
Right? At all, for
No.
the most part. I mean, outside of a conversation.
Yeah.
But like, it's been super cool
Yeah.
to watch you and just get to know you in the last 5 days, and just like the growth I've seen from you
Mhm.
has been like super exponential, like,
Well, thank you.
and it's been awesome.
Thank you, guys.
So
I
Yeah.
second that. I think we're shooting a little more for the Tony Robbins than the boot
Yeah.
But I do get where you're coming from. That, it's a complete renewal.
And the
Yeah.
and then you
Transformation.
could tell by these two, they're also authentic, right? And that's something I got from yesterday's training, that they were saying that this, even though they're going to give us the systems, they're going to give us the coaching to to help duplicate what their success was. Even with all that, this is not a easy business, right? Every business has to start, and there's a growing curve that needs to happen. So it wasn't any fluff. They just gave it to us real. We're gonna help you get out there and be successful, but it's just going to be a process. So
And it's
Thanks,
hard,
man.
and you can do hard things.
Yeah.
And you're worth it.
Thanks, guys.
Love it, man. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Jeffrey. What's up, brother? How's it going? How are you?
Hello.
Good, man.
Good, man.
Getting lots of work done today.
Yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Are you having fun?
I am. Even though my brain's fried, I'm having fun.
Are you like in meltdown yet? Guys, we've
Not-
been
not there.
literally, so we woke up, we did a talk, we did like some training on what we were doing today on creating all the content and writing the email sequences and building the campaigns and automations. We got Clark, who's been going around and helping everybody like push through barriers. And we've got Matt, who you just talked to a couple minutes ago, that is going through. He also helps us on the marketing side on top of being an agent, because he owns a marketing agency. I've been going around coaching, and these guys have been, I think, going hard for what, 9 hours straight now?
Something, not
Something
quite straight,
like,
but
yeah, well,
yeah,
but like
with a lunch break.
With a lunch break, we
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
him some pizza to refuel a little bit. But
Right.
so what we're doing is we're going around,
Mhm.
and you're a cool one, because you've done probably more self-development than most people.
Sure.
Right. coming in here, I think a lot of people were expecting this to be just a pure life insurance retreat.
Yep, totally.
And they are coming around being like, it feels more like a self-development, workshop than a life insurance retreat, even though we're doing the life insurance stuff. We're weaving it all together. But that said, talk to me about like your perspective of, because the title of this is, what does it take to be successful as a life insurance agent? You're a life insurance agent. You've done the self-development, but like coming into this, you had a perspective, and now, I don't know how much, if at all, that perspective has changed, but like talk to everybody kind of about what your perspective is on what it takes to be successful.
I mean, I think it's the personal development. I mean, yes, it was a life insurance mastermind week that was going to be coming in to do all the marketing and get all that dialed in, which is 100% true. We're doing that. But the part about this that I love, that speaks my language, is you can't separate things out. You can't separate life out from business and from your own growth, and they all go together. I mean, your relationships go together, your health goes together, your marketing goes together, everything goes together. So to be a successful life agent, you got to be working on all those things. You can't just separate out one and say, well, I'm just going to focus on my business, ignore everything else, put everything else under the rug, and expect absolute success. Now, some people can probably do that and willpower their way to success, but they die later of cancer or have terrible marriages. And I think most of us, at least around you, don't want that. We want the full experience, right? So
Sure.
I think it really goes into that. Is to be successful as a life agent, you have to be willing to figure out what's holding you back. You have to be willing to go deep. You have to be willing to cry in front of people. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to, put in a long amount of work. I mean, I've been at personal development since 2010. It's a long road because most of us grow up with a lot of limiting factors, the way we were growing up, our parents, what they taught us. There's all, we all know that list of things that hold us back, right? That most of us have, and most of it affects us to some degree, some more than others, right? And so if you don't work through that stuff first, you're gonna, come up to barriers. You're gonna have all the marketing dialed in. You're gonna have your YouTube channel up, and to some level, you're gonna self-sabotage. You're gonna get in your own way. So you have to do some of that along with learning about the industry and learning about sales and learning about the products and learning about how to connect with people and serve people and add value to people and do it in an ethical, expansive way, not just a ram it down their throat and try to get people coerced into something that's probably not a good fit for them. So I think that's, really what it boils down to. You have to be looking at all of it. You have to be doing all of it. You have to be doing the true agent stuff, but then you have to do the life stuff. You have to do that and figure out, look into, what I'm doing, looking into how's your marriage, what things in your marriage are affecting your ability to handle your business. How you show up with your kids, how's that affecting your ability to do well in the business? Your health, okay? Do you not have the energy to push through this? Do you not have the mental focus to go for 9 hours at a mastermind and focus on marketing and writing email scripts and, all that goes into it. So it's just so hard to separate that out. So my answer is you got to work on it all. And that might seem really daunting for people. Oh my gosh, I got to do all this work.
It's the truth.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to do it all today. You can start, you can add in more as you move along and, make that journey more manageable and be okay with, how long it takes.
Build the whole person though, right? Like that's the thing is like you gotta show up authentically. And in order to do that, you got to know that you're just doing the work. You got to know that you're authentically showing up for yourself first in order to show up for other people. And, I think that's like you embody that. And that's why I know you're going to crush it. Like, and it's just a matter of dialing things in. And so has it been helpful, like the frameworks on the marketing and the email sequencing and all the technical kind of detail stuff? Because you've had kind of a big day. So how's that been specifically? How helpful has that, like the technical side of it all been?
It's been good. I mean, that's really on paper, that was the reason I came, was to get all the technical stuff in place. I didn't know the other stuff was going to be
just the
a bonus. I know some of us agents have been joking. We got baited and switched into coming. We thought it was going to be all marketing, and we actually had to grow ourselves even more, which was fantastic. It was a good bait and switch, not a bad bait and switch. But no, it's been really good learning. Some of those gaps that I needed to fill, some of those tweaks that I needed to make. I love doing this kind of stuff. I mean, as dorky as that seems, and I know you're right in that, but I love figuring that stuff out and getting the copy right and just getting in there and knowing that you're you're helping people, because that's really what it comes down to. Is it's the time you're spending here. Yeah, it can be exhausting. Yeah, it can be mental fatigue, but you know, by putting these pieces in place, you're able to help more people in a way that they're looking to be served, because there's so many people out there desperate for the answers that we have, and if we don't do the marketing part, then we're going to be missing people. We're not going to be able to help as many people. And I think that's what it really comes down to me is I get fired up about this stuff just as much as I get fired up about the rest of the stuff, because I know it's all part of the system that's going to help me get my message out there, help the people in my sphere that are looking for these answers and solutions in their lives. And, you know, just it's a win-win.
I love it, man. Well, thanks.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate you too,
Glad
man.
you're here.
Where's the hug? There it is. Bring it in.
Glad
Bring it
you're
in,
here.
boys.
I know.
Bring
All
it
right.
in, boys.
So I tell you what, I was gonna keep going. We got a couple more people, but they are over here. You know, they're just conversating and apparently watching my videos in the background. But
It's dinner time.
It's dinner time, so I gotta go. It's been an hour. It's longer than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be like a half-hour little quick video, but as is everything on this channel, they go longer than we think. So that's it. I'm gonna do this probably again tomorrow. So make sure to tune in. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you have any comments, any questions, anything, comment below. Happy to help in any way I can. If you're an agent and you're looking to just change the culture that you're in, reach out. We can connect you. It's all good. Till next time, have a blessed and inspirational day. We'll talk soon. Later.